week's Parsha, Hashem tells Avram Avinu, Lech Lecha, me'artzecha, u'mimoladtecha, u'mibeis avicha. Leave from your land, from your birthplace, and from your father's house. Two of the main questions that occupy the Mefarshim on this pasuk are, one, certainly we would understand that Lech means you should go, so why does Hashem add the word Lecha? And two, your land is referring to Ur Kasdim, where Avram was born. And your father's house obviously means Avram's family members and close friends. So why do we need the third term, Maladtecha, from your birthplace? And there are various classic explanations for both of these questions. For example, Lecha is either a part of Hashem's message that this departure will be good for you, Lech Lecha, go for yourself. Or Lecha is simply a stylistic word similar to Aseh Lecha Tevas Atze Goifer, when Hashem tells Noach to build a Teva. And Maladtecha is either to make sure Avram did not return to Ur Kasdim since he was currently in Canaan, or Maladtecha is related to the word Yaldus, which means childhood. So Hashem is telling Avram to leave the culture, the attitudes, the values, the goals of his birthplace. However, I was taught that everything in the Torah must be speaking to each and every Yid throughout history. In particular, the concept of Maisa Avos Siman Labanim teaches us that the life journey of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov are not only predictive, but also prescriptive. Yet certainly, if someone grew up in a frum Jewish home, the Torah cannot be telling that person to leave their father's home, to leave the culture, attitude, values, and goals of Yiddishkeit that they grew up with. I'd like to offer a way of looking at Lech Lecha that may resonate with our journey through the modern world. This approach is inspired by the pshatim in the word Lecha. Whatever it is that we have to leave, it has to be for the purpose of self-development and self-growth. The message is that even if you grew up in the home of the Gadol Adar, if your whole life is based on trying to live up to your father's home, and you have not developed your own approach to things, your own attitudes, values, and goals, then you may keep all the mitzvahs and succeed at preserving every nuance of your parents' attitudes, values, and goals, but you have not done any of it lecha for your development and growth. And therefore, there is going to be inherently a lack of self-actualization. We often forget that Yiddishkeit is a dynamic system. Things change. The system is designed to respond to the world. That is why Jewish law is called halacha, a word that shares a root with both lech and lecha. To the question, are you allowed to drive on Shabbos? The halachic answer is always, it depends. If someone's life might be in danger, then one must drive on Shabbos. If not, then we cannot. Halacha is always in motion, slow motion, guided by our 2,000-year Messiah, but it moves to respond to the needs of Klal Yisrael and individuals as we journey through our history. Lech Lecha teaches us that we have a very difficult job to do in life. We know who Avram's father was. We know some things about his culture, his values, and goals. If the Torah was trying to tell Avram to leave completely, the Torah could have left out all that information. Why do we need to know Terach or even Amaslai's names or where Avram was born? Because the leaving of our Maladtecha is a leaving for the purpose of developing ourselves in the context of our Artzecha, Maladtecha, and Beis Avicha. Studies show that our early experiences, particularly between birth and 2 years old, have a tremendous impact on us across our lifespan. It takes a great investment of effort and time to accomplish a Lech Lecha. Lech Lecha is not about running away and leaving it all behind as we sail off into the great wide open. In the modern world, that is seen as courageous. But I think Lech Lecha is teaching us about real courage, the courage to embark on an inner journey that is about a careful and nuanced internal process of self-knowledge and self-development that leads in the direction of actualizing the unique, exclusive potential within each and every one of us. Have a great Shabbos and Lech Lecha.